What's going on, guys? So this is going to be kind of a two-parter. The first part is going to be me alone. Second part is going to be me and my wife together. We already made that recording, and we were kind of talking about like closing up like my week in the life of and all of that. And I go on to talk about how I've made a lot of progress, and I am so happy to be where I'm at now compared to where I used to be. And I said that there's nothing great or grandiose about my life, but I love every second of it. And I'm here with my family and I get to do my part to take care of them. And that means everything to me. So I want to emphasize here that right now is kind of like a time of progress. Like everything to me right now is about what can we do next? Where can we go from here? We've gotten this far, which is great, but what's the next step? And I think initially we need a car. Like that kind of goes without saying. It's kind of hard to have a family and especially a newborn without a car. So that's kind of the big thing. I really need to get my health in check too. I really have an addiction to food and sugar and soda. And it's actually a pretty heavy addiction because I've been trying to off of it for a while and haven't really been able to. Just because, I'll try to do like a day fast, get through part of the day, and then right back to a soda or a candy bar or something. So that's a big thing that I'm going to try to focus on and really get back into some kind of healthy shape. I'm getting closer to 50, so eating like that's going to have bigger and bigger results as I get older. So I think, I just because I want to be there for my family, I want to be there for my son, I want to be there for my wife. I really need to take that into account. I need to make sure that I'm healthy and can do the things that I want to do with them. Sugar slows you down so much. Sugar weighs your body. And so I think I actually maybe will do a week long, 2 week long journey just with me trying to detox from sugar and try to lose weight and get back in shape and just be healthier for my family. So with that, we do talk about, some ups and downs of the week. And I do make a statement that I feel like some people should understand. I understand that putting things online, putting things on social media kind of invites comments and shit like that. It should never invite people to try to invite themselves into your life. And we talk more about that here in just a few seconds. So I wanted to kind of wrap it up, in a bun and saying that I think we have made a lot of progress. We have a lot of progress to make yet. So that's just kind of where we're at. So I'll let you guys watch the second half of this and have a good day. So I wanted to wrap up this entire week that I did this like a day in the life of thing. And the biggest difference between last week, or last time I did this rather, and this time, was that last time I wasn't married, I didn't have a kid, I was staying in the Salvation Army. I had to do my videos from the boat dock because I couldn't record inside the facility. I had to eat when they fed me. I had to sleep when they told me to go to bed. I didn't have a life of my own. I had no relationship to speak of. I was on my own with absolutely nothing. So a lot has changed since then, and I mean a lot. And so I kind of wanted to document that part of my life and this journey that I'm on now, which is fatherhood, marriage, trying to live an average life. And throughout this week, it's been pretty basic. You've seen me going to work and doing that whole thing and coming home and spending time with my family and, little things like, just making a meal together or shooting pool or something. We don't have a lot of money and, a lot of time is taken up by my job and our son. That's married life. But we also got into kind of a little bit of talking about borderline personality disorder, and this is where I need to send a message to a couple of people. So with Rebecca, if you had known her when she met me and see her today, it's vastly different. It's two different people for the most part. And The thing with BPD is sometimes it'll come up, and sometimes you have to deal with that. But Rebecca has made a lot of progress. Okay, so sorry, little delay game here. We got to feed little man because, little man gets hungry and we got to give him food. So, and this is actually part of where I'm going with what I'm saying right now is Rebecca has made a lot of progress. And I mean a lot of progress. If you had seen her when we met, it was difficult. And during this last week, we did have one episode where it kind of went back to that. But here's what I want people to understand, and this is where I really need to get through to people. I will not let one episode define who she is. See, people will see all the good things a person does and hold on to the one bad thing that happens. And that's where I'm not going to let that happen. Yes, we had a day where it didn't quite go the way I wanted it to. To be very frank, I thought it was a bad day. But I'm not going to let one bad day determine everything that is happening right now. I am not going to let one step backwards, which honestly was a big step backwards, to be fair, but I'm not going to let that define who she is now, how far she's come, what she's doing now. She's become a very good mother. She's very attentive to Caden. She loves him very much. They have bonded very, very well, and that's important to me. That to me tells me how far she has come. When I talk about her having a bad day where she let her emotions take control, she knew she screwed up. The next day I came home, the house was cleaned up, everything was taken care of, there was food done. Like, she knew, and that was her way of saying, you know what, I screwed up, I'm sorry. So I don't want people to judge somebody on their worst day. If somebody were to judge me on my worst day, I wouldn't have any friends. And that's something you struggle with sometimes with BPD. Yes, it can get intense. But I don't believe that that means that she is where she was, or she's the same person she was a year ago. 'Cause she's not. And so I know I'm kind of getting on a tangent here when I'm summarizing up this week, but it's an important one because yes, she should not have opened up the public to what happens behind closed doors, but just because the public sees that doesn't mean they have any kind of right or authority to make decisions on our life. I am the father, I am the husband, I will make the decisions in our life. And while my wife needs to keep things off of social media, if something does happen to go on social media, people need to contact us first and get the full story before they start making decisions on our lives. Reaching out goes a long way. I'm not a big fan of behind the back. I really don't care who it is. I don't really care what the reasoning is. I understand there are times when she absolutely needs to get control of her emotions. I am the first one to say that. I'm the one living here who has to deal with it. But I am not going to let people just invite themselves into our lives like that unless they have a damn good reason. So, having said all that, I believe that she is a very good mother, and she is honestly a very good wife most of the time. Yes, we have issues that we deal with. That comes with the territory. It's not always easy. She doesn't take correction very well. She doesn't, take instruction sometimes. It's something that's part of her makeup. And I hate to talk about her while she's sitting next to me, but I need to make people understand why I'm saying the things I'm saying. And I am saying this because she has done a great job, and I mean that. She has done great. Our son is very healthy. He's doing very well. He's gaining like a weed. I mean, usually he's very happy too. He's always smiling and cooing and, just the only things he deals with really is his colic. And we're doing the best we can with that. It's colic. If you've ever had a baby that's had colic, which most babies do, it is what it is. So, this week has all been about proving that we have made a lot of progress. We're here, we are in our place, we have our son. There are a lot of things that we deal with, of course, but this is growth. And for me, I've been here before. I mean, I've been in my own place before. I've helped handle the financial side of things before. This is not much new to me. It's a lot new to Becca. And I think she's handled it pretty damn well. I will always stand by my wife, and I will always make sure that my son is okay 100% of the time. And as far as this week goes, it was, like I said, at the end of the day, most people will look at this and it'll be nothing special. To me, it is special because it's my family.
It was all cupcakes and books.
Yeah.
Sometimes we hit bottom.
Well, that's true. And that's true. Sometimes, something happens, something triggers something, and,
we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Well, and that's a good point, because it's easy for somebody to sit there on the outside, look at something they see, think they know what's going on, and want to take action. But the truth is, you really don't know what's going on. And yes, she is not perfect. Neither am I. And we are two imperfect people doing the best we can. And we both make mistakes. And sometimes we don't make mistakes. Sometimes we just make shit decisions.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Decisions.
But at the end of the day, I love my wife. I do. It is a unique road that we go down. But we're doing it together. And we're doing it the best we can. And I don't feel that unless you're actually part of our lives, you should be involved. I mean, you can't say that you care about somebody and you love them and that you're invested in them if you never talk to them.
I tried reaching out to my daughter. It was the only thing. You bring up something totally different than something else.
I mean, I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that. I've had a conversation with a couple of people about the way Becca has to handle things a little bit differently. And both of those people have been like, well, no, that she needs to do this and this. And no, she needs to do what the medical professionals tell her to do. There's a reason they're saying that. If you can't get past your own opinions, that's your issue. It is not ours. And that's just the way it is. And that's not meant to be rude or disrespectful or mean-spirited in any way. That is just factual. There are reasons the medical professionals tell her to do what she needs to do. And if she listens to them and you have issue with it, it is your issue. And that is all it is. And I don't care about anything else. At the end of the day, she has been absolutely amazing as a mother. She really has. We were both on the streets, 2.5 months ago? We were fighting for everything we got, doing everything the hard way, having to follow the rules of wherever we were at, and it sucked. And now We can, something as simple as going and taking a shower whenever we want to and for however long we want to. Being able to use our kitchen to make food when we want to. Things that people take for granted, you know.
Watch TV when we want.
Yeah, watch TV.
Play video games when we want.
It's something that, you know, people just don't think about because it's second nature to them. But for us, you know, we had to fight to get here. And I'm happy that we're here and we're going to fight to keep it. I don't know what happens from here. I don't know what the future holds. But I'm hoping that we just continue climbing. We're in a place now. I'm hoping next year we're in a better place. I'm hoping that we're driving very soon. I, you know, hope we can get this case closed and move on with our lives. I am hoping that Becca can learn some ways to deal with her severe anxiety and emotional stuff. But if I didn't believe she could, she wouldn't be here alone taking care of our son. And I need to make that very clear. I have seen firsthand how good she is with Caden. I have been at work when she didn't know it on my camera looking in because this place has got video surveillance in every room. And I'm watching her.
Except for the bedroom.
And she does great. She really does. So, you know, life is good. It is. Could it be better? Sure. Could always be better. It could always be worse. That's life.
Not burp.
But at the end of the day, come here, little man. I got him. I got him. But at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, this is my happy place. Like this right here, my son, this is the most important thing to me in my world. You know, we made a beautiful boy. And he's very strong and he's very curious already. He's only a month old. He can lift his head up by himself already. He can push up on his own already.
There's a lot of babies that do this too. We're in 2025. These babies are built different.
Yeah, he's a strong little buddy.
These babies are different.
But, you know, this is what life is all about anyway. You know, being a family, being able to pass on what you want to your children. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't ever want my children to see us in a fight or argument. I don't ever want my child to witness his parents at each other's throats for any reason. And you can't protect your kids from everything. I get that. But I'm going to do my best.
Oh, my daughter back. Too.
That's a fact.
Sapphire's 2 years. I want her back too.
You know, this guy here is 100% my legacy, so I want to leave something better. And, you know, we both come from extremely, extremely broken families and extremely broken circumstances. And both of us are determined. Oh, goodness. Little burp there. Both of us are determined to make his life better. Sometimes we'll have to learn what that means. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. Yeah. It's been a good week, huh, buddy? Yeah. It's been a good week, huh, buddy?
happy, happy, happy baby.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to get milk from the wrong person, though. And on that note, I'm going to turn this camera off so she can do some breastfeeding. Because the little guy's hungry, obviously, because he's trying to attach to me.
I gave him a bottle.
Yeah.
I gave you a bottle. I gave him my booby again.
It's been a good week.